Good night, everyone. Now you're gonna hear Mr. Golden and Dayton Campbell when they were in St. James at that rally, and you're gonna hear how Dayton fixing them. Trust me, him not ramp fix them. Cause you know so when him a do film thing, I fix them properly. And you're gonna hear Mr. Golden in his speech, giving his speech. So at the end of this you will hear everything. So thank you guys for listening. Thank you.
Why St. James respect you? St. James is not just a place. It is a force in this country. You power our tourism. You contribute so much to our culture. And you drive our economy. But I know that often you feel like you're treated as an afterthought. And that must end. Because Jamaica, time comes. Time comes for leadership that delivers with purpose. Time comes for a government that serves with integrity. I want a Jamaica where a child in Norwood or in Mount Salem or King Street has just as much chance to achieve their dreams as a child in Iron Shore or in Cherry Gardens in Kingston. I want a Jamaica where the people of Granville, of Bow, of Amchaby, of Catadupa have hospital where the healing of the sick takes place. Schools where all our children learn to read and write and to handle numbers. And communities that thrive in a spirit of togetherness and progress. Why St. James and Peter A. Ferguson, you know yourself. Comrade General Secretary, all of the wonderful comrade candidates for the 5 constituencies here in St. James. I am so pleased and proud that you step forward to represent our great party in the next general election when they come. Comrades on the platform, but most of all of the PNP supporters, workers, warriors, foot soldiers from here in Mount Salem, from other communities across St. James, who are here with us tonight in Mount Salem Square, who look good, who feel good, who look ready to get rid of this wicked and uncaring government. So I say, good night, St. James, the second city, the heart of tourism, the birthplace of Samuel Daddy Shah, a great national hero of this country. I stand before you tonight, not just as the president of the People's National Party. I stand before you as a Jamaican, born here, grow here, and Peter A. Ferguson, you know yourself. Comrade General Secretary, all of the wonderful comrade candidates for the 5 constituencies here in St. James. I am so pleased and proud that you step forward to represent our great party in the next general election when they come. Comrades on the platform, but most of all of the PNP supporters, workers, warriors, foot soldiers from here in Mount Salem, from other communities across St. James, who are here with us tonight in Mount Salem Square. Tonight, St. James, the second city, the heart of tourism, the birthplace of Samuel Daddy Sharp, a great national hero of this country. I stand before you tonight, not just as the president of the People's National Party. I stand before you as a Jamaican, born here, grow here, and stand by life and the holy Father. I stand before you as a Jamaican man who believes that this country is greater than what we've been asked to accept. We are better than the broken health system where Cornwall Regional Hospital has been under repair for years, burning through billions and billions of taxpayers' dollars, while the people of St. James and Western Jamaica are still without proper health care. It is a disgrace, and there has been no accountability for the worst situation in healthcare ever in the history of the country. We are better, Jamaica, than the dirty cities that we have to live in, where garbage piles up, where traffic has no order, where street lights don't work, and where raw sewage often runs in the road for people having to hop, skipping and jumping to avoid it. We are better than the heavy burden of the cost of living that the people have been carrying. And Cameron here as Vice President took you through a stand-by-life
complexion lighter than the rest of it. We have a motto in Jamaica that says, out of many, one people. Me don't care if you're black or white or brown or yellow or purple. What I care about is how you deal with people. And my body is an individual that loves people. They then come again and then say, they want to talk patwa. I better say to listen, so what kind of business is it? Most of us in Jamaica, Patois with first language and it went on first. Patois is a Jamaican, he's supposed to talk Patois. Talk the Patois all you want. It is your language and a born Jamaica. Then they come and then make a valuable story. Say nobody. Feelings never carry from Edward Fiaga Tyler. Feelings. Because Edward Fiaga born a Boston. They might try to come back with another good thing now because the 18 years still among them. More complexion like you remember when they locked up your children on a state of emergency. We don't charge, we don't bail. Even youth about work with them knives because them are chefs and they lock them up and have them in a lock up in days for weeks or months. We don't charge them, man. Do you remember when they lock off your road robin, but some still did 10 o'clock in the morning, it's still a man, but your road robin lock off, and all of the party can't keep, so you get your money, no. Do you remember when they went over Portmore and they bulldoze and lit down poor people's house, call themselves criminals empty, and all them over there selling that illegally? Remember the man. Do you remember when they served eviction notice to poor people who get land from Michael Manley time? Now they never throw them off, and now told them to take law in their court, not get injunction. But remember the man. And them try and marry to somebody who they think can elevate them. Them try and marry to somebody who they think can make them in a power couple who can this and who can that. 30 odd years ago, Mark Golding went into Augusto, found himself a nice princess, married her and made her his wife, and is still in love with him, one woman. Up to today, we're talking about a committed family man. One wife. When man going in the parliament, there's nobody giving any cold shoulder to anybody. No. No. I want for you, Congress, to make welcome and receive the President of the People's National Party. Now some people remember that in order to practice medicine in Jamaica, you have to be certified. In order to practice law in Jamaica, you have to be certified. To practice nursing in Jamaica, you have to be certified. And they put it in the JTC bill to teach in Jamaica, you have to be certified. Yet the Prime Minister and 6 among him, they're not certified, but they want to go to Jamaica out. What do you think, no. You look around right here now, now, but see it's all of them something else. You can drive around with the big yellow school bus all you want, you know, but see it's all of them something else. Because we remember the atrocities that were committed against the people of this country. Now we get down to the business end of the thing. And time come to call the election. I want to ask you if you remember one final thing. Do you remember that in 2020, Anju was started the election 6 months? Remember that in order to practice, if you choose Jamaica, but your party name Jamaica Labour Party. Then, all the party name is Jamaica Labour Party. If I just know you have to choose Jamaica. Later on, let me tell you about your leader. If David is there, I'm going to say, if you're going to talk about your pedigree, people will treat you like a mongrel. So we're going to talk about your pedigree tonight. Few years ago, when a youth has smoked a split, police used to lock him up. He used to get a criminal record. That means he couldn't get a farm work card. He couldn't get no work with government. They locked up a youth named Mario D. And they beat him while he was still locked up. And he died. Mark Jefferson Golding was the Minister of Justice in Jamaica. And he moved legislation and have it passed to ensure that we decriminalize the personal use of marijuana. So the police can haul and pull a young you know to just a child. And I want to expunge your record, which is the fancy way of saying, to remove it from your record. And once that is removed, you can get farm work opportunities now. You can get opportunities to work. Your life has been restarted. You've been given a new chance. That is because Mark Jefferson Golding is a social justice champion. In his 4 years as Minister of Justice, he passed over 120 pieces of legislation in the Parliament. Understand that the main reason why you vote for somebody is for them to be a legislator, for them to go to parliament, pass new laws, and then laws were there, and repeal the one they're not supposed to do. In his 4 years, over 120 pieces of legislation. This government has been there for 9 years and all now they can't reach the number of legislation when we have 4 years. We are talking about the best legislator in the parliament of the land, Mark Jefferson Golden. I told you that when students were stuck in Ukraine and bombs are dropped, life at risk, them off alone, Mark Wallington. To next, I feel tonight that when I listen to the labor right now, I get the impression like it's a father who run well as the picnic with the mother. The mother struggle with the picnic, and the picnic pass exam and graduation at deep. The father don't contribute down to the schooling, down to the graduation, but he push on his suit and gun turn up on a clap, say, see the boy, I see the daughter there, and he don't contribute nothing to the education. That is what this Labour Party is trying to do. They have suffered the people for the last 9 years. And in the closing part now, they want to cut ribbon and fancy up things and pretend like they don't remember the injustice that they meted out to the people over the last 9 years. And so we must remind the people of the injustice that was meted out to them over the last 9 years. Do you remember when the government of the day, this Labour Party government, told the taxi drivers that if they don't put a child seat in the taxi, they can't carry no picnic or school, and they let the children run in the communities. To turn our little thing into a little gimmick thing. So them come to say them have a problem with the general. And let me tell you, we go like them artists there. Seriously. We tell you this. Them like them have a problem with the general. But hold on a second. Back holding on the general and the chief. No labor right to back holding thing. No labor right to accept the back holding and violating. None of that, nothing. The trivialities that they want to bring up. When they get on platform and say them have problems, what are the problems that they say them have? To turn our little thing into a little gimmick thing. It has caused some of the young ladies to get pregnant. It has caused some of the young boys to go into gangs. Our spokesperson made a proposal that we would offer some additional classes, academic and co-curricular classes, to some of these students. The way in which the PNP would offer it is that we would see the teachers that are willing to be a part of it, those who want to willingly volunteer to be a part of it, and they would be paid to do so. This notion that we want to go there and just extend school days is not true. What we want to do is to ensure that for those students that need the additional time and the teachers that are willing to work with those students, that we can make the arrangement and pay the teachers. We don't come here to do the teacher in the harm, because teachers are the greatest profession in the world. They light the way of others.
You guys gonna get a laugh out of this. This little girl, meaning Miss St. Catherine, you're gonna hear when they ask her what would you like to be changed, and trust me, you're gonna hear what the little girl says. It is very. I don't know if it's about him, man. When we hear the little pitney speak out, even the little pitney them fed up at the other side. You guys will hear what she's saying.
If you had the power to change one thing in your country, what would it be and why? I'll read this again. If you had the power to change one thing in your country, what would it be and why?
Thank you for asking me that wonderful question. If I have the power to change one thing, I will change the Prime Minister because we do not have any water. I will change the Prime Minister because we do not have any running water and we need jobs for younger children. I thank you.
You hear what she said? She said she would change the prime minister. My gosh, man. Andrew, you make even the children fed up. No, sir.